Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials. Good morning, it's 6:30 on Saturday the 5th of March. Just making my way down to the land, and as always, not quite sure what we're going to get done today, but let's find out. Well, here we are down on the land. It's a very cool morning and very wet underfoot. We've had a lot of rain over the course of the last week, coming through the roads on the way down to the cabin and the land here this morning. Lots of standing water in the fields around. I popped in, as I always do during the week, to check on the chickens. Had a bit of standing water around the door to the cabin. Not sure if that's still there this morning, obviously. I'll find out in a second. But yeah, it's been really wet. I suppose the only good thing this morning is that it's not throwing it down with rain. The sky though, as you can see, isn't looking too friendly. So we might get some more today, but I'm hoping that it gives me at least a bit of a break for a few hours so I can try and make a bit of progress with the polytunnel. Really pleased to get that up last week. Major achievement. So looking forward to a little bit more progress and hopefully getting the cover on, but we shall see shortly. Looks like that water's disappeared. This little area here had a bit of standing water on it. Anyway, let's get opened up, sort the chickens out, get some heat on the go, and of course we'll have a little chat. Well, first things first, as usual, sort the chickens out, and as usual, little red ones come for the special treatment. Cold this morning. I've had to pop the diesel heater on. I've a little chore to do with the wood burning stove later, so I've not lit the fire. Calm down, girl. Dear me. You would think they'd never been fed. There's no more in there now. It's only my fingers. Look at this, look. Trying to bully me now. How's that? Yeah, I'm hoping this rain stays away this morning. Give me a fighting chance to get some progress made. But we'll see. Anyway, enough of this. Let's go and check the coop, see what eggs we've got, and I'll come back to you shortly. Oh, it's not too bad in here in terms of temperature. Can't see a bloody thing like, so let's have a light on. Oh, mess. There's so much mess. Food and water needs topping up. Nothing. 2, 4, 6, 7 eggs in there. Excellent. I really need to have a complete degunge in here, I think. I've been kind of, as I always do, just tidying up around the nest boxes and the water feeder, but there's an awful lot down there. I think I'll take the whole lot out and redo the floor, but not now. Now I need to get inside and get a cup of coffee on, and we need to have a chat. Well, good morning. It's the weekend. Bit of a cool weekend. But I'm alright. Got the diesel heater on. I'm not lighting the fire this morning. Well, not now anyway. It's not been drawing very well over the last couple of weeks, so I figured today I'd take advantage and get the pipes, the chimney pipes taken down. I don't know what's happening with the weather, so I need some little jobs just in case I can't get out onto the field and make progress with the polytunnel. loads of rain this week, lots of standing water in the fields driving in this morning. Did have some just outside the cabin door during the week, but that's thankfully gone. The clouds are really dark. I suspect we are going to get some more rain. I'm just kind of praying that it gives me a bit of a break today, because I really do want to make progress with the polytunnel. It's that time of year now where we should be getting stuff in the ground, or at least into seed trays, and getting them started off, and I do really need that shelter of the polytunnel to do that. We're not out of the woods yet in terms of frost, and my fingers are really cold this morning, so we're bound to have at least a few more days here and there of overnight freezing. So I just daren't put stuff outside without having that bit of shelter. And really, in terms of space, it's the polytunnel that I need for that. So I guess you'll find out during the course of the day whether we get it done or not. It's not the easiest job in the world trying to do that single-handedly, but at least I have the experience of having done it before, so I kind of know what I'm doing. It's just the mechanics of getting the cover over the frame and then of course getting it fastened down. So we'll see. Anyway, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're staying safe and well. Hope you had a great week and you're looking forward to your weekend. As usual, the world is a crazy place. There's all manner of stuff going on right now in various parts of the world, and of course the big focus with the media and governments is the situation in Ukraine, and I really want to try and divert your attention away from that. It would be very easy to get bogged down in the doom and gloom, and indeed I still see loads and loads of prepper channels who are just, they've gone into complete overdrive. They're copying the mainstream media, and they're just day in, day out putting these doom and gloom videos about Ukraine. It's World War III, it's nuclear Armageddon, the bombs are going to start raining down. And I pray they're not, because that's the last thing we want, and that's the last thing that we'd ever see. If we did get to the stage of Russia and America exchanging nukes, it's game over. There's absolutely nothing you and I can do to change what they might do. All we can do is live with the consequences. But I'm hoping that common sense prevails and that we don't have any little accidents, because given the provocation that's going on right now, it would be very easy for someone to completely lose their mind and hit that button. But rather than looking at that, let's look on the brighter side and think about what we can be doing to create that kind of normality that we should have in our daily lives, and to help us better prepare for stuff that is coming. There was lots going on, mentioned it to death in previous videos. Lots been going on over the last couple of years that's setting us up for little crises: economy, inflation, food availability and supply chain. So let's focus on that. And the thing that I promoted all the way through last year was this idea of trying to become more self-sufficient and less reliant on the grid and government for everyday survival, or everyday living is probably a better way of putting it. Get away from that survival syndrome or non-survival syndrome that's been pumped in the media right now. The more we can do ourselves to try and be a little bit more self-sufficient and be a little less reliant on the grid, the better we are fixed to take care of any crisis that might come along. So let's focus our attention on that rather than the mainstream media and all of that rubbish that's been pumped at us day in, day out, hour by hour, on the TV and the radio and the internet. So yeah, I'm just forgetting all about Ukraine. I do have a look now and again just to update myself and see if anything dramatic has happened, but it is kind of business as usual. We've seen this before, but from the other side of the coin. We've seen exactly the same stuff happen in Afghanistan, in Iraq, in Libya, in Syria, so we know how it plays out. I'm hoping that it doesn't turn into a prolonged campaign on both sides, though I suspect even if all of the bullets stopped flying today, this would still drag on, because it's in the interest of politicians to do it. It's a major opportunity for them to pass the blame onto somebody else and distract away from what they have created back in our own countries. So bear that in mind wherever you are watching the coverage of this latest military campaign. So for me, I'm trying not to even look at that. I'm trying to focus my attention on me, my family, and what I'm trying to achieve here with my little self-sufficiency journey. So there'll be a few bits and pieces today. The classic example is the wood-burning stove. It does need a clean out, so let's get it cleaned out. Let's not sit and watch endless reruns of the same video clip in Ukraine. I do need to get the polytunnel done, so let's try and get on with that. I do need to clean the chickens out and take care of them, so let's focus on that. Let's not focus on the doom and gloom stuff. Let's focus on things in our own life, things that we can control, we can do. It'd be very easy to sit back and not do things because of all this stuff that's going on. The only people that can change your individual circumstances are you. So why not try and do that yourself and focus on that, rather than always making excuses. Oh, well, I didn't have time because of all this stuff going on in Ukraine, or I didn't have time because of all this stuff going on in the stock market. Yes, keep an eye on it. Yes, plan accordingly. Use the information you get to make your future plans to take care of yourselves, but do stuff. Don't be put off from getting on and getting started. No matter how big or small a space you might have available, you can do things. You can start growing some food, even if it's only a small amount. You can look at how best you can be less reliant on the electricity supply, the gas supply, the water supply, and to do little things yourself to have that backup, to have that less dependency on the grid. So I'm not going to harp on too much today in the cabin chat. I think maybe next week we'll have another live stream and we can answer questions that you might have. So do put them in the comment section of whatever video it is that I put up. I do read them all and I do try and reply to them all. Sometimes with stuff that's going on in my own life, I get distracted. I have got a life outside of YouTube, and it is a quite hectic life right now with the various personal things I've got going on. So if I don't reply straight away, or if perhaps I miss one on a previous video, do forgive me for that. But I am always looking, and I do try and answer questions in successive videos if I've missed them in the comments section. So do let me know what you are doing. It is that time of year. Are you getting ready for planting? Have you started planting? Have you thought about how you might have some redundancy for your mains utilities? Have you bought some solar panels? Have you bought some gas bottles? What have you been doing? Do let me know. And whatever I'm doing today, I'll keep you posted as we go through the video. Hopefully the weather will be kind to me and I'll make some progress on the polytunnel. If not, there are a few little jobs I can get done in and around the cabin today. And of course, it's the weekend, so there's some greenery waiting on the bench there for the chickens. Whatever you're doing, wherever you are, do stay safe and well, and I'll keep you posted on what I'm up to through the rest of the video. Well, the chickens do love their greenery, so let's get that out the way before we do anything else. As usual, little red ones here, coming for the best ones, best bits. this weather's not easing up. It keeps spitting with rain, spitting with rain. It is forecast today. It's it's forecast pretty much all the way through the weekend. I'll pop a little screenshot off the weather forecast on the video for you. And I really want to get cracking with that polytunnel, but the last thing I want to do is start it and then be stood outside in the rain for hours. Especially if the wind picks up, it will not be pleasant and it will not be easy. And of course, once you start, it's hard to stop. Anyway, we'll pop back in the cabin. I've got a couple of bits on the workbench. I'll show you those. I did manage to get a little bit of work done on Sunday last week. I didn't actually do a video, but I did a little bit more work on the bracing of the metal framework for the polytunnel. So I've saved those clips and I'll pop those into this video at some point, and at least you've seen a bit of progress just in case I don't get the cover on. Anyway, enough of this. I'll leave the chickens to their greenery and we'll see what we can get done today. Yeah, this the polytunnel's teasing me. It looks at me telling, come on, get some work done. But with the rain, I just don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Got a few bits on the workbench here ready. I've been chitting potatoes. I really did want to get those in the ground today, but without the polytunnel, I daren't. This is self-adhesive foam strips, and this is to go on the outer framework of the polytunnel. It just helps to stop the wind blowing the plastic sheeting against the framework and wearing away the plastic. And in summertime, when it's hot, how I wish it was now, the framework gets really hot and it can burn the plastic cover, so this helps to prevent that as well. So I want to get that on the framework before I start putting the plastic sheet on, but of course if it's raining, the damn stuff's not going to stick, and of course if I don't get the sheet up this weekend, it's going to be out in the weather all the way through the week, and chances are it's just going to come off. So dilemma, what to do. Anyway, as I was saying just now, I did manage to get a little bit more progress made with the polytunnel on Sunday afternoon after I put the framework up on the Saturday. Just came down for a couple of hours, did a little bit of work. Pleased I did, because that made me ready for the sheet to go over it. So I'll put some clips in the video now. You can see what I did last Sunday in terms of the extra bracing on the framework, and then really I'm just sat here waiting to see what happens with the rain. Hopefully it'll go away and we can make some more progress, but if not, at least there's a bit of an infill for you to keep you from getting bored. busy making some more of these brackets from this recycled tubing from the old polytunnel. It's a bit fiddly. It's not exactly the greatest engineering feat known to man, but it works, which is all that matters. So yes, I know it's not quality engineering, but it does work. So there we go. If you can see that or not on the camera. This is to brace the front, and I'll do some more probably around the centre. Might even try to go higher if I can find some way of connecting the poles so that they're really robust. But anyway, progress. Excellent. Well, there we go. There's the bracing on both sides, and to be fair, that's strengthened it an awful lot. Awful lot. I don't really know if I need to put anything down the middle. Maybe another one here, and the same on this side. Not quite sure how to do that though, because I don't have anything here to screw into. The nearest thing is the raised bed, or the edge of the raised bed. Don't know, let me think about it. Well, having taken the time to put those little cross braces in at the front, you know I just couldn't resist to do one more job. So I've put in a cross brace on each side in the centre. So same as before, I've just used the existing joint and bolted onto this bit of surplus from the old polytunnel, and then down and flattened it out and just screwed in. So we've now got one on each side, and to be fair, considering I'm working with recycled materials, I can't complain with that. It's not too shabby at all. And it is now, well, you can't see me shake it, but it is solid. So the only thing left on the agenda to think about, which I can't really do till I get the cover on, is think about how to put a permanent door into this front end rather than having the zips, because I know from past experience the zips over time will break, and of course once you open it up and you go inside, that flap, which is all it is essentially, just blows around in the wind. It just gets air inside and puts more strain on the polytunnel. But if you put a permanent door on, you can open it and close it behind you, and you've still got the integrity of the structure and no wind coming in. Well, that's the theory. I guess you'll have to wait out and find out in a future video. But very pleased with progress. Well, I decided to bite the bullet and just crack on. We are forecast rain, but hopefully now I've got this protective strip on, hopefully I don't know how many times I'm going to say hopefully today, but hopefully I'll have enough time to get the cover on before the big rain comes. This is not looking too bad, but my hands are absolutely freezing, so I need to go in, have a quick 5-minute warm-up, find the cover and get it out here. Wish me luck. You knew this wouldn't be easy. Well, the cover is loose fitted over. Bit of a struggle. And the back is now fastened down. So I've run a wooden batten, just reused the old ones, they're in pretty good condition, and then just filled in with gravel and soil. So the back is there. I've now got to tighten the front, but of course all the while the wind is picking up and trying to move it around. Difficult. I think I'll do the side near the fence first, because that's going to be the hardest one to get the wood screwed into. and we'll see how we get on. Weather is not helping at all, keeps spitting with rain, wind is picking up, but we're making progress, and that's all that counts. Well, we're almost there. It's been really difficult with this wind, but it's in at the back, screwed down with wooden battens, same all the way down the side, and then just filled in with the gravel. Front is just left at the moment, and around the other side, same thing, screwed down with the wooden battens. It's been really difficult getting this end lined up. I'm a little bit concerned that I might have just pulled this stitching a little bit too much when I've been trying to get this lined up, but for some reason that corner just didn't want to go in. Hopefully when I frame out that doorway I can rectify that. So for now I just need one more piece of wood just across the short strip there, and I'll lay a large piece of wood along the actual door just to keep that in place until such time as I fabricate the permanent door. But it's in, thank God. Really difficult today. I was talking about those windows last week. You can see here the construction of these is not very good at all. I'm tempted to just tempted to just permanently fix these in place. Not quite sure how to do that yet. But yeah, the way that they've been manufactured is not great. Certainly not good for open field conditions. But it's in. It seems to be tightly pressed against the hoops of the steel framework. So I need to sit down, have 5 minutes with a cup of coffee now, I think. I'm just about worn out. Well, with planting in mind, I'm just putting a bit of fertiliser. It's organic, it's chicken manure pellets into these big barrels. I'm tempted to hang off planting on these with them being outside because they're going to get exposed to the frost, which we'll definitely have some this month, and who knows, maybe even in April as well. So I'm going to get myself inside the polytunnel, get those little fabric buckets that I use set up, again with a bit of fish blood and bone just to mix in with the compost, and we'll get some planting done. These are the buckets that I got ready for planting earlier on in the year. Talking about the polytunnel door, as you can see, even with it just, you can't zip all the way down because of the design of the zip. It's designed to be used from the outside, not the inside, which is why I want to just frame out a door, a proper door at this end, and I can open and close it properly, because as soon as you get the slightest bit of wind kicking under this door, it starts lifting, I don't know if you can see that, starts lifting the polytunnel off the frame and starts flapping around, and it just puts more strain on the inside. So apologies, but I'm going to get this done really quickly, and I can get this sealed up for the day, because this wind is really starting to pick up again now. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but the damned rain has started again. Right, we just need to bury these potatoes a little bit. So I'm just scooping out a bit of soil. And we'll get some potatoes planted in. I've got plenty to go at. Try something a little bit different this time. Before, I was planting and then waiting for them to sprout above the surface, and then banking them up. But this time I'm not. I watched a couple of videos on YouTube, and they said they'd got equally good results just by simply planting layers with tubers. So we'll give that a go and see if it makes any difference. I'll do some like that, and then a little bit later on I'll do what I normally do with the banking up method. But we'll give it a whirl now and see what happens with it. I'm always keen to try other methods to see what works and what doesn't, and I'd encourage you to do the same. Have a bit of an experiment. Don't just have one method and doggedly stick by that, because you never know. There is a lot of experience on YouTube. People have been doing this for far longer than I have, and you never know. Some people might have a way better method than you have of doing this. You know, years and years of experience. And we'll do the same again. We'll just put them at different layers. It'll work or it won't. I'm going to get potatoes one way or another. But we'll give it a whirl and see how we get on. Right, so let me get cracked on with this, get these finished off, and I'll come back to you once we're done, and you can have a look at the finished result. Might have a bit of a shuffle round in here as well. Get it laid out a bit better now we've actually started planting. It's exciting! Potatoes going in. I don't know if you can hear the rain on the polytunnel or not, but it's starting to come down a lot heavier now. So I've got 5 buckets in total of potatoes planted now. Those 2 little buckets there's the carrots I planted about a week, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember now. And then I've got a few more lined up ready to go as and when. So the polytunnel is up. I need to sort out this little bench at the back here again, get the watering system in ready for summer, because I know from past experience I'm definitely going to need it. But I think, in all honesty, that's about it for now. Really pleased I got this up. I just need now to figure out what to do with this door, but that's for another day. I'll worry about that later. But it's progress, and that's what we want. Well, that's it for another day. the rain's just not letting up at all, and this wind keeps picking up as well, so little I can do outside. You can see that archway that was over that raised bed just keeps falling down. At some point I'm going to have to attach that a bit more firmly, put some clips on I think. But look at that, polytunnel's up. It looked really strange without having that there. It's been a bit of a struggle today, I have to say, but thankfully it's up, so I'm really pleased. So that's it for today. Wherever you are, whatever you're doing, hope you're staying safe and well and enjoying your weekend, and I'll catch up with you in the very near future. Well, that's it for this video. I hope there was something in there that was of interest to you. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button. Also feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, I welcome any comments, questions or suggestions you might have. How's the polytunnel looking? It was a bit touch and go whether I'd get that done today or not, but I thought, you know what, let's just focus on making some progress. Forget all the rest of the stuff that's going on in the big wide world. Focus on what we can change ourselves and what we can do ourselves to be better prepared for whatever might come in the future. What are you up to? Let me know in the comment section below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.